all my crafters friends. This is Nana K with nanakdesigns.com and the Altered Book Nook on Etsy.com. We're going to continue to work on my paper bag cover journal, okay? I've mentioned that several times that this was a paper bag cover journal, and I have had some email comments asking me, Nana K, what is a paper bag cover, please? They don't know. So, Camellia's Craft Designs is where I got the initial idea of a paper bag journal. And what it is two of the brown lunch bags hooked together facing inside the top opening. And then just remolded, like the edges are pulled out where it goes in, the edges are pulled out. And I built me a flap, and I'll glue this down and glue all this down. All this gets glued down, and then I just cover the paper bag with the papers of whatever journal kit I am using. Okay, besides this being a paper bag journal cover, it is also, the finished product will be a designer journal. This is not a junk journal. This is not an altered book. This is a designer journal. Okay, my definition of a designer journal is this. I am so sick and tired of hearing people say, I got a junk journal, and there's not a piece of junk in it. It's all printed, beautiful stuff somebody done on the computer, you print. That is not a junk journal. Period. It is not a junk journal. I am guilty myself of calling things junk journals that are not. So I decided, okay, we've got to have a name for these journals that people are printing the kits and making journals. This, my friend, is a designer journal. A designer journal is a journal made from a kit that you print online. Okay, that's Nana K, what Nana K's come up with. You guys can use it if you want to, but this is how I am going to specify what kind of journal I'm working on. So Nana K either does an altered book, a junk journal, or a designer journal. That is the three types of full journals that I do. Now, yes, I do folios and all kinds of other stuff in between, but as far as the journal types, I do three types. Again, it is the junk journal, which is made out of household items that would normally be thrown away, stuff that you just get in the mail, old magazines, stuff like that. My cover could possibly be made out of an old box that I salvaged. So that's my junk journal. 9 times out of 10, that's my junk journal. Now, that's not to say that some new elements don't get mixed in. It really depends. And again, my junk journals, Nana K, I'm speaking for myself only. I'm not speaking for any other designers out there. For me, I also, in my junk journals, use pieces like this. This is a piece that I printed for scrapbooking or for a designer journal that I worked on, and I've got a piece of it left. I also put these in my junk journals. So my junk journals, this is junk, typically would be thrown away because I had no more use for it in the designer journal I was working, so that becomes junk. So that's my clarification of my junk journal. Now, other people may have their own classification of a junk journal, but that's mine. So, junk journal, altered book, designer journal. This is a designer journal. The reason it's a designer journal is because this whole book is made out of elements from a printed kit. This particular book is a printed kit called Wildflower Melody by Nana K Designs. So this is the journal that we are working on right now. We are working on a paper bag designer journal. Okay, so we've cleared that up. I hope that answers the question. And guys, I so appreciate you asking me to clarify that. So many times we, as the people doing the videos, we as designers, make comments or reference something, and the new people out there don't know what we're talking about. So that is an issue. It is an issue. So this is my paperback journal, and this journal has like a pocket here. The whole cover, my cover is a big pocket right in here. It's a flap. I mean, these are really nice to make, and these are perfect for just about any small size journal. Now, whether I can make my binder part here larger. I don't know. I haven't tried. All mine are about 1 inch. So that's where we are. Now, let's continue on with this one because we are about to wrap this journal up and I want to wrap it up. I started this journal last spring when I designed the Wildflower Melody digital kit. When I designed it, I started on this. The seasons went so quick for me last year that I couldn't get, by the time I designed one of the kits, got it printed, and it was time to do another one and do it again. And next thing I know, I've got all these pieces of journals started. I'm going to try to quickly get them done. All right, earlier today, let's go back to this journal. Earlier today, I made 3 elements to go in this journal. Maybe 4, but I think it was 3. I made 3 elements. It was a 57-minute tutorial. When I went to go to edit it, for some reason, it had a wrong file ending or something, and it just wouldn't take. So I wasted a whole 57 minutes trying to make stuff. Well, not really wasted because it's in the journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 3 projects we're going to work on today. And it won't take me as long this time to do them as it did the first time. The first one is this one. This is a beautiful journaling spot. It's on a blank page. It has no other graphics on it. So it was just like this. It's a plain page. And I put a journaling spot here. This is a flip open journaling spot. This is a journal. So it is meant to be written in. So I'm trying to put quite a few journaling spots in here. And at the same token, trying to make sure that these spots remain kind of flat because we are starting to get some bulk in here, and we got to be able to make sure that this magnet catches. Again, if I get finished and the magnet will not catch to close it, that's okay. I can still place a brad in this area and a brad in this area underneath this pocket here, and I can still put a ribbon closure. So we're not going to panic if it gets a little bit of an alligator mouth. It's not going to frustrate me. Okay, the other thing I did, okay, let's get back to projects. Let's get the projects first. So that was the first project, was this flip out, and then I made it into a pocket, and then I made this tag to go in it and this one, okay? I have not put the bows on these yet, so they'll come last. You'll see that in the final flip through when I get it all sewn together. Okay, the other one I did, let's see if it was in this signature or the back one. Just bear with me. Okay, the other one was this one. We earlier made medallions, paperclip medallions. These are hidden paperclip medallions. We made 3 of these earlier. I put this one on this book. I made the journaling card to go with that one, and it slides up there. Then I had all this blank space down here, and I thought, I want to do something. So what I did was cut another piece of writing journal space, kind of measured it where we covered a lot of the spot up, and then I folded it in half and made decorative corners, put a little decorative there, a stamp, and that's what I've done there. I also glued this down like a pocket, and it has a pull-out card on that side. So we'll be making one of those today. And then when you're got the journal closed, this card slides up under there and keeps that paper from flipping out. So when they're flipping through the book, unless they pull this card out, they probably won't know there's a journal spot under there. So anyway, that was the second one we did. And the third one was back here in this journal, in this signature. I'm sorry, I keep saying journal, this signature. And it was back here on this page. What I did with this is this was a really bright, this page is really busy. It has all these flowers all over it. And it just, every time I tried to put something with it, for one thing, this wouldn't show up. It was so busy around. Anyway, I had to come up with something. Excuse me. So what I did here was a writing spot. I've got a writing spot here, a simple writing spot. And I could have done more to that. I could have actually made a pocket. I didn't do a lot more of that. We may make a pocket out of the next one. I don't know. But what I did was a medallion stack here. I made one of my medallions, which is my round design things, round style, whatever. But I stacked some of the designer papers, backgrounds, on the side here, just a stack with a tuck spot there and a card inside that. So that's the 3 we're going to make. Now, the other thing that I've done to this journal, since you guys have seen the journal, is this pen holder. This is simply a piece of paper, about, I want to say about 3-inch maybe, but I don't even remember how much it was. I was experimenting with that, and I just took a piece of paper, made a 1/4-inch fold on both sides, and wrapped it around my pen until they met on the inside, glued it down, and then I used my little makeshift bone folder, and I pressed the glue down right all inside. So you'll need some kind of thin to press it down, but that's not a hard one to do. If you want a tutorial on making the pen holder for your journal, if you can't do it just by looking at what I've done, then send me an email message or comment on the video, and I will do a tutorial on making the pen holder. It's real simple. It wouldn't be taking 5 or 10 minutes to do a video on that. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to say that we're going to start. Let's start with this journal, but we're going to do one of these stacks. So this is the one we're going to try to copy today. So I'm going to lay it right here in front of me as my reference. And I'm going to choose a page in here that I want to put it on in the front section. Just give me a minute, because I really want a page that's kind of blank. Oh, there's 2 blanks. So let's put it on this pink one right here, okay? All right, so we're going to decorate this page with a side stack journaling spot, okay? So let's lay that aside over here. Let's start right here with the piece we're going to work with. Okay, for this one, I didn't round this one. I'm going to round the corners of this one to make it look a little different. I think that's important when you're using some of the same type of inserts in your design, is to make it just a little different so that it gives it some variety in your book. So I'm doing that. And of course, you know that I'm going to ink it up. I didn't ink this one because, like I said, that background was so busy. But I am going to ink this one. Don't have to worry about the back side. I'm trying to think if I want to do something a little more intricate with this. My brain's rolling here because I would like to change it up a little. And I think I am. So you're going to see me experiment here. I think I'm going to do another one just like this. Maybe a little taller. I'm going to get another piece of my blank paper. Right. And I'm going to cut another one right quick. Like I say, this is just an experiment I'm working on. It's not necessarily going to happen. Okay, I'm really actually cutting it right there. And I'm going to show you why I'm not cutting the top part off. I've got a little bit of allergy this afternoon, and it's bugging me. I mean, really bugging me. All right, I hope that it's exactly the same width it is. All right, let's put that back up. All right, let's go back to this. What I want to do is make this into a flip up. So this one is going to have to wrap around that one. So what we're going to do is stack it, hold this down, and wrap it around like that. Okay. Make sure it looks like it is exactly even. And it does look pretty even. All right, so then we're going to take this flap right here and we're going to glue it down. This is going to get glued flat to the book anyway, so don't worry too much about it. But look, this is just a little twist to this same design right here. Just a little twist, okay? That this whole page will lift up. So let's go ahead and get these corners put on it now again. And I don't think I'm going to do the top corner. I'm going to leave that like it is. I did the one underneath, but that's okay. The top one, I got to cut off a little bit of trim there. I don't like the way that looks. A little bit off right there. Ink that up. Okay, let's get this one inked. Okay, the stack's going to go on the top one, okay? This is kind of another one of them hidden spots, but it gives somebody a lot of journaling space here, okay? Now, all right, that's good for right this minute. If you want to ink it up more, you can. For time's sake, I'm not going to. Okay, so now I'm going to grab, let's see, I might grab, okay, I grabbed a piece of this, make it kind of ripped off in the corner. I might square it off at the top, but I'm going to rip that corner a little. Okay, we're going to put that on there. And I want to get my tearing ruler and just tear right along that edge there. Yeah, there we go. Not a perfect tear, but yeah, we'll do it right now. All right, let's glue this one down. This is the first piece to my stack that I'm doing around the edge. It has no other purpose except artistic value. Okay, guys, there's no purpose in this. There's not a pocket. There's not a tuck or anything like that. This is just for artistic value to the piece that we're doing. Okay, so there that is, and shouldn't have pressed yet because it's not lining up. Line up right on the edge, sweetheart. There you go. All right, now it's lining up. And I am going to take my punch and punch that corner one more time because that decorative piece, there you go. Now that looks really balanced. Okay, so there's my first piece to my stack. Let's see, what else do we have? We're going on a pink sheet, so it won't hurt to have a little bit of pink probably. If I can find some pink. And I know I've got, oh, purple. That's not a bad color. But I need to kind of stick with what's in that particular kit. So I'm trying to make sure I'm sticking with this particular kit. All right, let me find my packet. Oh, that's a yellow piece right there. All right, this piece. I don't want a great big piece. Just a kind of small piece to go, maybe middle of the way. And I want this one torn too on that edge. Okay, we're going to do it just like this. I like that. Okay, so I am going to color the edge of this one. I didn't color that one, and I should have. But we just kind of did. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is I want to get rid of the white. Just make it look older. I don't necessarily have to do it on that back edge, but I will. Okay, so we're going to put that one right about there in that stack. And see, now this part of the journal is taking on a little bit of your junk journal tendencies, but that's okay. That's okay. It's still a designer journal because the majority of it is made with the designer kit. I need to open this flap and make sure any white that's hanging over, we clear it out. But be careful, don't cut your paper. Okay, I got it cleared out good there. All right. Now that's the second part of the stack. Now we need a medallion. I have a punch here. Now I've got to go in and decide what I want to, if I want to put a solid color or some kind of print for the medallion. And I really believe I want some print. So let me pull out my book here on my pad and see if I have any prints left that I can punch a medallion out of. I think I can get something out of this, and I'm just not even trying to be picky, I'm just grabbing, guys. Okay, now, I don't want to make the same mistake I made on the first video, so the first thing I've got to do, because this is a 28-pound designer paper, or brochure paper, I need to thicken this up. That's the first thing I need to do. So I need to take a piece of 110-pound cardstock. I have some right here behind me, no problem. And I'm going to glue this piece to that. These are really easy journaling spots to put in journals. This is great for those pages that you just can't seem to figure out what you want to do with them. I mean, you can always take and add, once you got the printed stuff down on these other edges, you can add die cuts and different things. But make a journaling spot. That's perfect for a journal. I mean, these are so simple to do. I mean, really, you will rip through journals like crazy if you do a lot of journaling spots like this. And like I say, it is a journal, and it's meant to have these spots. Okay, my arm is hurting, so I got to press hard, and that's really difficult with a sore bum wrist. Okay. All right, so there's my medallion. That's my medallion. That is really cute. I like it, but I need to get it distinguished a little bit, so I'm really going to heavily ink this edge to get the break from the pattern back there. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here, just a really heavy inking. I don't normally do this heavy, but I really want this distinguished from that back one, okay? So there you go. So that's really, really easy to see. Now, I want this to be a tuck spot. Well, now, you know what? We really can make it different by going up here with it. And let me see. Let me just look. Let me just see. Make sure it'll still tuck. If we do it that way, it will. So let's make some variance. Let's move the medallion towards the top of the page. So we're just going to glue a little bit across the top here and here. So I'm going to put my finger here, and I'm going to glue. Oh, geez, I got to get in the camera. I'm sorry. I'm going to glue just here and down here on the medallion, because we want it still to be a tuck spot. All right? Keep it on the page all the way. Okay? Press it down. I just cut myself, guys. Forgive me, but I just split my finger with this. Give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. That's something you got to be careful with when you're working with equipment. Is don't cut yourself. Just a tiny nick. It's not bad, but I don't want the blood to get on my page, so I've covered it a little. All right, so that's a perfect tuck spot, and this one's different in the aspect that it's going to flip up. Okay, so let's do something for the inside too. I want it to be really pretty. Now we are using this little stamp here. Kind of is our emblem for this whole book. So I will stamp that one there and there on this page. So we've got a little bit of stamp there. Just a little bit of look, nothing fancy. Now I want to find another design that I can put in. I'd like to find another piece with a big daisy on it like this has. Doesn't mean I have one printed. So if I don't, we'll have to do something different. But to be sure, I've got something that I can cut out as a piece of clip art, which I like that chair. I'm going to lay that aside just as maybe a possibility. I don't like the bicycle, so it won't be that. Another medallion though, guys. I'm wondering if we should put a medallion. That's what we're going to do. Exactly. Then my mind gets changed just from going into my book and looking at things. All right, so let's take out my other punch and see if it'll punch this one. No, it's much bigger than that one, but it would punch this one out. If I'm going to do that. I really like this medallion here. I really can make it into a circle, I think, with a little bit of a white ring around it. Not much. That one's going to work. Okay, that one works. All right, guys. So, see, I changed my mind. Instead of a basic clip art, I'm just going to use another medallion in here. All right, so since that one's up there, we're going to go in this corner. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a heavy inking on the edge here to distinguish the edge. Nothing fancy, but this will also be a tuck spot. We're going to put that right there in that corner. Again, I want to glue here and here, so I'm going to lift it right here And I'm just going to glue down this edge here and this edge here. So on the inside, I also have a little spot right there. I don't want to hit myself again. That hurt. All right. So there we go. So that's ready to put in the book, guys. Now that really didn't take all that long, did it? We're looking at, well, 20 minutes, too long than I thought. But anyway, no, I had a lot of talking before that, didn't I? Okay. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I can't remember what page. I know it was one of these. It wasn't that far. It was towards the back. There it was. I put the flap there. We're going to put that one right there. So I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to turn this one this way so I know. Now, the reason I have to do that is because I've already cut and trimmed these pages. I've already sewn everything down the side, and if you get it out of order, it's a good chance it's going to stick out, and you don't want that. Okay. All right, so let's glue this baby down. She's going to kind of line up between these two, staying away from my spine as much as possible. I do not want bulk at my spine. So now you got a decision you can make here. And this is going to be a cool one, a really cool decision here. To really zoom this up, we are only going to glue here, here, and here on the back, making this a pull tuck of a card. We're going to put a large journaling card there. But how's that sound, guys? To make something a little different. Using the same general technique, but we're going to make it look a little different. And I wouldn't be as cautious with my glue being so close to the edge because you got a lot of space in there to put journaling cards. So we're going to have to make us a nice big one for that spot. Let's get it back down. Back in that area where we want it. We want the tab to come out right about there. Got to make sure I'm straight because I'm not. All right, now I am. Keep this up. This edge up right here. And press down. Ooh. All right, so there is. I want to make sure I don't have a buckle there. Okay, there it is. So now we've got a pocket under here, and what I'm going to do, I wouldn't normally do that, but I am going to because it's going to be such a hidden place. We just kind of need to go in here and make sure that we put a little bit of a thumb notch. All right, let me look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to get this middle way if I can. I am just so peculiar about that, and I cannot help myself. I wish I wasn't so meticulous about things being right in the center, but that's going to have to go right about there. I don't know how to re-glue what it looks like. I just pulled my top off a little, but hey, no big deal. To get it like I want it in the end, is all worth it. My thumb notch is there, so that tells whoever that there's a pocket there. Oh, it's stuck. Huh. Okay. So we have a pocket now. So when you open it up, you'll see a pull tab there, and there'll be a card in there. Or another journal, or another journaling piece. So let's think about that, okay? Like I say, it's a journal, so we want to do a lot of journaling spots. Okay, that's got that. And let's see if we can find just something to stick in for now so we know that we've got a little journaling spot there. And I'm just going to put this little pink tab in right here. So I got to do a journal, that spot there, and I've got to come in here and do me a big journal card here. So I'm just putting a placeholder. That's all these are for now. So we have finished that project pretty much. On this one, I like it. I like it a lot. Put that back down. Put this back down. Okay. So, see, that did not add a massive amount of bulk to your book, but you've got a lot of artistic detail there. All right, so let's go to the next project, the next one. Oh, you know what? I want to put a butterfly there, too. I do want a butterfly to kind of break up some of that green. Okay. This one's, oh, that one's pretty, but it's hooked to something. I kind of like that pink. I don't like the orange. I really don't want a purple. Oh, I kind of like that one. And I do like that one, so we're going with it. And I'm not going to sit here and fight these pages here. We're just going to get stuff done. And I'm going to kind of do this one at an angle, but I am going to kill the white edge. And all I do when I do the right edge is just scrape across the edge. I don't go this way. I go exactly down the edge just to do the white on the edge. Okay. Get the wings in between two of those flaps. You know what? I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to let the wings kind of stay loose. I'm not even going to glue the wings. So they'll be kind of up where you can tell that he's a dimensional part of that tab. All right, so that's done, guys, that piece. Now we got another one. Let's see. Let's move everything aside. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, stop bleeding. All right, let's go and find the other one we did. It was in this journal, I believe. A butterfly, go back. Well, you know, we might do something with you. All right, let's go this way. I thought it was in. Okay, we're going to do this one next. So that one will be this size right here. So this is our next one. This is a real simple. We've already done it in this particular signature. So let's move this signature down. And let's do it in this one. All right, again, I'm going to put that up there as my guide. Hopefully you can still see it somewhat. Going to take this and move it aside over here out of my way. And we're going to decide what page we want this on. Again, we want it on a base page, something that's kind of solid and plain and bland. Really, that's really what we want. I like this yellow right here, so let me just keep my finger there. And you know what? Let's don't argue with ourselves. Let's just get it done. Okay? Let's get it done. I've already done that side. So let's go with this one. And that one opened up to the spine, but I'm going to let it open up to the outside on this one, I think. Let me think about that. But I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. To make it different, I'm going to let that one open to the out that way. And it's going to be a pocket. That's fine. Okay, so let's just do it that way. There's not a lot to do to this one. Not a lot at all. So the first thing we need to do is find a piece of clip art to put in on that. And I'm going to say we most likely can find that on one of the small journaling cards. I used a really large piece there, but it doesn't have to be a great big one. And I would like one that's already on 110 pounds so I don't have to back it. Oh, I like this base. It kind of goes along with the same theme, but it's so much smaller. But that's okay. And then you got a medallion on that one. Let's pull that out. That's a possibility right there. And I think that's the one we're going to go with. Okay, all right, so it's just a simple, this is simple. We're going to cut this piece out right here and use that as the clip art that we're going to assign to this particular journaling spot. There's just so much you can do with these spots like this. Okay, I guess I'd really probably need to go ahead and glue this one down. We're going to do our pocket in the top, so we're going to glue here, here, and here. So let's go ahead and, this is where we do not want to glue where my hand is. So let's go ahead and glue her down. Get to that spot and get it done. Guys, and I think this is going to be the end of this particular journal. Tomorrow, when I do the video, I don't think I will do the stitching online at all, but I am going to go ahead and get, probably before I come back on, I will probably come back on and just do a final flip through of everything that's done, including having the stitches done, have it stitched into the binder here. Okay, let's get that down. I am really just having a time, and I sure hope this video is recording, because if it's not, I'm going to throw everything out the door and start over. I am so tired of my videos not recording. it says it's recording, but that doesn't mean that the file is going to do right. I don't know what happened on that last one, but I'm going to tell you, when you worked on something for 50-some minutes and then you get ready to edit it, and the file won't read the file, that is, I can truly tell you that's quite frustrating to me anyway. And I don't have the grandbaby this week. He is actually staying with his daddy, and I miss him. But I actually am getting so much work done, and the hubby's getting work in the yard done because he's real good about coming over here and getting him and taking him out of my hair for a little while so I can video. But boy, I miss my little fella. I may not be his mommy, but he is like my own child. Even he's my grandchild, but he's like my own young'un. And when he is not here, it's like a whole part of me is just missing. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you guys. If your mom does, it probably does. But that little fella is actually, I cannot say it enough. He is a blessing from the Lord in my old age, because honestly, I had no dreams left, no ambition much left. Cancer really put a hurting on me, and I just didn't have much ambition left after cancer. And this little boy has given me a whole new aspect of life and new goals and things. God knows what he's doing. You know, that's the bottom line. God knows exactly what he's doing all the time. And I love my little fella, and I am sure missing him, especially the closer he gets to bedtime. He's supposed to be home with his nanny. All right, so that one's down and in there. All right. I really love these journaling spots. I really wouldn't mind having, though, some kind of little label over there. I don't like dropping stuff. I'm going to clean up tomorrow before I video. I don't know if I want the word cherry blossom, but that's kind of cute across there. And these say good vibes. I just want something. Oh, I like this one. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm going to use that one. I don't know that it reflects or has anything to do with it, but I just like it. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? Things you like to do. And I don't want it square. I want to round it off. So I'm going to take my punch, if I can figure out where I've laid it, by there behind my work. And I'm going to use the little teeny one here. Guys, I sure thank you for watching. I appreciate you if you share my video with friends that you know are doing this journaling. Post me on Facebook every once in a while if you like really like one of my videos. I do. It would be so nice to know that you're sponsoring me a little bit. It would help me out so much, especially help me out in raising that baby, because he is not cheap. I don't know about anybody that has children this day and time how they are doing it. My grandson, his mom and daddy has six kids. And since the economy's gone down so bad, it has gotten really bad over here for us. Hey, but you know what? We're surviving. Oh, I like that. I really, really like that, guys. Okay, so now it's just a matter of a simple thing of finding a card to go in it. It's not going to poke way out. Yay, that works good. And I'm going to have to make a journal card because I don't think I have another journal card. But there's one. You know what? It's already on the 110 pound. We're going to cut it out and use it. Now, it doesn't have my line print on the back. And I may go back and do that. I'm not going to swear to it, but for right now, it's going to be a placeholder card, okay? That's a placeholder for right now. I am going to stain it in case I forget to come back and unplace it, and I'm bad about that. But anyway, that gives you your two digitals inside that one, and it worked perfect because of that yellow background. That looks good, guys. All right, so we've got that one done. We've got one more. The problem is I'm not sure that I've got an empty spot, and the one that we're going to do is similar. The other one is similar to that one, so let me look. It was this one right here. Okay, this one was the last one we did that was being held down with the hidden paper clip and a journal card. So let's work on that one, and let's see if we can find an empty spot to put it. I really don't want to cover up a line paper because that's what we're doing here. That's already holding one. I've got one more medallion right here, medallion paper clip. But I don't have, in this one, I don't have another blank. Oh, there's a blank page way up there in the front. But I don't want to use up all my pages either. But that's okay. We're going to put it here. Okay, this one folds out and has a pull out here. Okay, this one, just remember, folds this way out too and has a pull out here. So this is going to take a few more seconds than the other one did. I've got it cut and ready to go. But we're going to fix this one again. This one also is going to pull out this way. And we're going to have a pull pocket right here instead of at the top. And this medallion is going to go across the top right here to hold in the card that's going to connect this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fancy punch. This has a really fancy design. And I'm going to fancy punch that corner if I haven't already punched too much of it out. I didn't. So we're going to fancy punch the corner. Give that one a little different look. We're going to come in and we're going to glue it here, here, and here on the back side. So let's go ahead and get this glued in. Get that behind us. I hear the rain starting. That's wonderful. I heard birds chirping all day today. It's not warm, but at least it's not freezing cold. I just hope this rain isn't bringing in another cold spell. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to open it up, and I cannot really press too good with this one right here because my waterfall's on the front page of this. So I just have to kind of be careful. And I still have my pocket here, so let that dry. While we're doing that, we've got to find a journal card for here, and we've got to make a journal card for here. And I don't have one cut enough. So I am actually, to make a journal card base, wait a minute, what have I got here? These are pockets. We don't need those. I'm going to take one of these and make my journal card from it. I'm thinking it'll slide in this way, and we'll just trim it down. No, it's supposed to still going to be trimmed up, but it's okay. Let's set this aside a little bit. I hope you can still see it. You can't see it, but I got to get my cutting board up here, and I want to measure it. I want to cut off some of this, so I'm going to cut off. I'm going to make it 3.5 by 3.5 and see if that's a good size. I'm trying to guesstimating, guys. Just guesstimating here. And I know the word is guesstimating, but, you know, when you got kids, you sometimes use crazy slang, and I should not have done that, but I did. And I need to cut off, no, I'm going down the corner, so that's not a problem. Okay, so now I need to get line print for the back. And, you know, I've told you about these recipe cards. It's a good idea to scuff them up a little bit. It kind of gives you some grooves that the glue can sit down in. Oh, I hope I didn't make my video wiggle. But anyway, that's scuff that up. And I'm going to scuff this up. There we go. That's scuffed up a little. All right, let's go ahead and glue the journaling page down first. You think this is going to take a long time, but it doesn't. And before I actually put that paper down on top of that, I am going to do this a little differently. I'm going to put my pull tab on. And what color do I want? I think I'm going to use the gingham check. And I got to make sure it's in that way. Okay, so I hope this is right. I'm going to go ahead and put this on like this. That's the way it'll have to pull because that's where I put it, right? There's no getting out of it now. And just glue that down. I love my whale-tail punch. Makes life so much more simple. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just going to pull out. You got to have your lines right. That's another thing. Make sure you got your lines going the way you want them to write on them. Just another one of my little quirks, and I'm almost out of frame here, and I don't want to be. I am so tired of making videos that you guys can't see everything I'm doing. All right, so we've got that on the back. Let's go ahead and trim it out. Okay, that's trimmed out. Now let's decide what we're going to put on the front. I got to find a piece of designer paper for the front. And I definitely want something that's got, I'm running out. Now, to be honest with you, I'm running out of printed paper. There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think, even though it's got lines. What does it matter? It's a journaling card, right? Let's just for the sake of time, let's go with it. Hey, I'll probably be perfectly happy with it once I get it done anyway. And this tab's going to pull out this way, so I need to make sure that it's upright just like that. That's the only thing you got to be cautious of, is making sure that you're upright the way you want to be. And I may have cut the card smaller than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about it. Big enough. Let's go with this corner right here. All right. Now you asked me how am I going to cut that, right? You were wondering that yourself, weren't you? Well, here's what I'm going to do right here. So fold it on the back side there. I'm going to cut it. And this is probably why so many people put the tail on last. There we go. All right, we'll use that again later. I'm going to make sure all the white spots are off. No, you don't, because you can go in and you can ink those out. All right, we got that one done. All right, there's the card. All right, so let's pull this back up here where it goes. That's our example. This is the one we're working on right here. Let's not get it out of order. Got too much on my desk finally now. I knew that was going to happen eventually. We're going to slide that card in. So you've got your journaling card there. Not a problem. Funny how I actually use the same thing. This opens out this way. We need to do a little bit of an intricate design of some sort right across here. And it doesn't have to be that same line. And I've got some little elements cut out right here. So let me see what I've got. I've got that little star there. I could put it above the fancy line. And kind of matches those colors over there. I kind of like that. I kind of like it. I got a butterfly in here, and I've got strips in here. Let's see what I got that can come from that and up the side. That matter of fact, that's got sewing on it. So I think that I am going to do that. Okay. I mean, you know, this has got stitching on it. For some reason, it's something I cut and I decided to save it. So we're going to ink it. I'm going to cut, I'm going to round it just the tiny round. I'm not going to do the big round, a big round on it. I'm not sure I'm going to do that either because it doesn't look like it wants to go into the cutter. Okay. Okay, we're going to put that like that between the two fancy cuts. Or do you want it here, guys? No, I want it here. It firms up that edge where we're pulling it a little bit. That makes sense. We're kind of firming this little edge here up. This is the pull edge with a flip. this is where people put their thumb and flip it. So that's a good spot for that. And do I want that star? Or do I want this a medallion? I kind of like the medallion. The star is just too dark. And I kind of like that butterfly. No butterfly on that medallion. Let's get a little closer in. And something like that. So yeah, let's go with it. And no, as a thought, I got a brainstorm for this with a medallion that's already got some thickness to it. But you don't want to cover too much of the, I don't want pink. Well, it won't take but a minute. You got some right here. So let's go for it. Let's just glue this down. Almost the same amount of time I had earlier. I'm at 50 minutes, so that's all right. We're going to get this done. We're going to get through this. The only thing is I'm hoping and I'm praying that actually is recording over there. I will be some kind of disappointed if it is not, guys. Okay. That medallion done now. It's in this other drawer. But I've got a little drawer over here to my left. It's got too much stuff in it. All right, let's do our thing of heavy on this edge. I don't know why I like these really heavy, but I do. Okay. All right, so that medallion's going to slide into that spot right there. And you know what? The pink would have been fine if we put the books there because it would have blended with that. But that's okay. We've already gone with this one. This is what we're going with. Oh, and I was going to make it a tuck spot. A tuck spot right here. Okay, so we only want to glue right here along this edge. Okay? And we're going to slide her in there, right there. Okay? All right, got that one in. It looks like to me I'm kind of out of the frame again. Push it back up. Get it back where you can see it. Okay, so now we've got a tuck spot there. I'm not going to put anything in it, but it is there. And I don't even think I'm going to put the butterfly on. I was, but I'm not. Now, I'm going to leave that. Because when you open this, well, you know what? I could put the butterfly on the inside. Because we need a little bit of something on the inside, and I'm just going to use that one. Same thing again. I might just glue one side of the wings, and you might could squeeze a little tuck in there like that. So, right there. Mostly a writing spot. And you always can come in and do rubber stamp designs and things on it. So, I'm going to go right there and put my little crazy stamp that I'm using for this whole book so far. I don't know why I liked it, but I did. All right, so that's like that. We got to have one more card. And I think, since I'm not going to make that into a pocket, I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to cut the top off. Easy enough. Kind of cut that top off and sang this one. And then we won't have to worry about going anywhere and grabbing something. It's just simple. It's so much easier just to do this one. Slide it up. And we lost it a little. Go up. All right, so now we got a journal card here. I'm going to ink it. Get rid of the white. Am I in camera? I hope so. I need my monitor right in front of me instead of off to my right. Okay, there's that. It goes up in the paper clip, and voila, we've got that one down. So, looks like we have finished both of the signatures, guys. Let's do a quick look through, make sure we pretty much covered what we want to cover, because we've got a little extra pockets right over here. If there's one other spot, we might want to do something. So let's get through the signatures. We got a blank page there. That's fine. The person purchasing this needs it, or we can come in and put a piece of lined paper in there just for journaling. Same thing. So we got two here. That's a thought. There's nothing been done on that one. Nothing on that one. Yeah, we're going to have to make another, we're going to have to make one more of the signature spots, and I'll do that off camera because you know how to do these now, so you don't need to be seeing me do them. But we've got quite a few done. The book looks nice to me. I really want to do something here. I'm definitely going to put some lines there, and definitely one of these is going to have something. But the rest of these, it'll still be little journaling spots like most of the book is already done in, or it will be pockets like this one right here has got to have some kind of a stamp, clip art, something. I'm not sure if our little stamp will work on that, because that's a very, very slick paper, so that's not sufficient. We're going to have to do something else there. That's line paper. We won't do nothing to those line pages. And this one has a beautiful paper on the inside, so we really could do a couple more pockets like that that's got the journaling paper in it. So that's a thought for the front of the journal here. A centerfold of some sort, and both of these signatures would be great. So I'm going to go off camera, guys. We're going to call the Wildflower Melody Paperbag Journal close to done. We're going to call it close to done. There won't likely be any more instructional videos on this particular journal. Next time you see this journal, it will probably be complete. Because as you see, we are really pushing the envelope here now to prevent a gator mouth. We don't want any more, but that's a beautiful little journal. So it's almost done. I want to thank everybody who has been here helping, or not helping, well, you are helping. Anytime you're watching my videos, you're helping me tremendously. And I want to thank you all for that. I ask you to keep watching, keep following me. Make sure that you click the notification so that when I have a new video out, you will know I've got something new out. Because like today, I put 3 out today. So I've had 3 new videos today. Please like and subscribe if you have not. Please consider sharing my videos with other people. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you're connected to any of the other people who are doing challenges and things like that, please notify me and let me know, because I would like to get in on some of these challenges. I think I would have fun being able to get somebody to give me an idea of something to do, and then I could go do it, because, you know, my brain after a while gets tired of trying to find ideas to do. But anyway, this is Nana Kay signing off. It has been a blast today. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you'll come back again. Remember, if you want to see how to do the paper bag, the paper bag cover, go to Camilla's Craft Designs, and she has got it in her playlist. So go into just search paper bag, and she's got several things she does with paper bags. So go check her out. And if you want me to do one, I will do one if I get enough comments asking me to do it. So Nana Kay signing off. Have a great evening, and thanks again. Bye-bye.